during the recent Mutiny episode, the Mutiny episode, how do you feel you got the script and found out what side your character was on?
I actually felt there was something that was happening between myself and another Sharon that we thought that we were becoming, we were creating an alliance. And so at the end of all of that, when there was actually, I can't remember where the show was, but I was talking with Brad and anyway, it's Brad and David, and she had this one line, and I had a really hard time with this one line because I had felt that it was going in a different direction. I lost that fight, I said. I would know that it was a fight, but it was a really interesting conversation about racism and how it happens, and I agree that it's really easy for if you want to make a point to create a character, to just personify the point instead of trying to embody a person. And so when I did find out about what side she was on, I understood in the bigger picture of the story, and I understood what they were trying to do. But I was a little disappointed because I saw more of a struggle with her. It wasn't that she just kind of flipped to this point or flipped to this side. I was personally more wrestling. I was wrestling with it. So I had mixed emotions, but I understood what they were trying to do and how Celix was plugged in and how she was supposed to tell the bigger story. So, yeah.
It was rarely on the page, to be honest. I found the whole, when you put yourself in this mindset, well, the original show from when I watched it like in the 70s, it had one, for me, very seminal scene that we actually really tried to copy, like almost identical, except that it was. Basically, in the original, Richard Hatch comes down in a Viper or some small plane, and there's like hundreds of people on the planet wanting to get off. And I remember watching this as a kid. Because on some level, I know I'm watching a TV show, and I think we're all, on some level, optimists. It's like, it's going to work out. That's the way that we think. You don't want it to work out badly, you want it to work out well. And I remember at like 7 or 8 thinking, there's just far too many people, and they can't all get in that one spaceship. There aren't enough seats. What, am I watching something where I know that these people are going to die? And it really, I will never forget that. I'd never seen anything like that before on television. I wasn't being spoon-fed something. That was harrowing. And the nature of our show is harrowing and dark. And it affected me personally. And I felt that there was something, God, he's so confused and so desperately upset and so desperate and in so much denial. The tears on some level then, sometimes I just couldn't help it. And what's the word? You're crying on some very big level. You're crying for yourself. It's not really about crying for other people.
Now you're making me feel bad about the fact they made a drinking game out of it.
Oh, really? Maybe you should have said that first before I started getting to
Hey, anybody else? Yes.
Like many fans of the original series, I was disappointed that the series ended so quickly. And I imagine that there are lots of directions you would have liked your characters to have gone. So I'd like to ask maybe each of the original cast members could throw in, some ideas. Where would you have liked your character to have gone if it had gone into more seasons of the series?
If we hadn't died so soon, you mean? If we hadn't been?
Yeah.
Oh, if the show had gone on. Well, I was hoping they'd turn me into a girl, and then I could see what it would be like to be seduced by me. I've always wanted to know. I don't know. It went, for me, it went into the A-Team, which was a continuation of the same character, only less fully dimensional. More of a cartoon character, which was right up my alley. He only had 2 things on his mind. Starbuck had 3, which was demanding. No, I have no idea. I just showed up and said the words. So I can't imagine where Starbuck would have went.
Maybe some of you know, maybe some of you don't, but there are less than 30 hours total of the original Battlestar Galactica. Somehow or other on Larson, we made an impression somewhere in the world of that. Now getting back to that one wonderful season of our show, there wasn't really enough time to develop all of the supporting characters. There was intent to develop the Boomer character further, but unfortunately there wasn't time. I would have liked to have seen the Boomer character, like to have had you see a little bit more of his humanity, his relationships. Give Boomer a woman, for God's sake. All he seems to do, he's like he seems like more of a side, because all he does is blow up Cylons. He's there, he's a loyal friend, but I would have liked to see some of the softer sides of Boomer, his sense of humor, and his backstory, where he came from, what happened to his family, and whether or not he had a wife, and whether he had children, things along that nature that would have given you a broader view of Lieutenant Boomer.
One of the things that had started to happen at the end of the show was the relationship of Shiva and Apollo was kind of starting to go somewhere. I mean, they'd set us up, we were like oil and water, and basically, argued, and were, at odds with each other, which was like, that opposites attract kind of thing is what they were working for. And in the very last episode, that romantic relationship started to begin, and I sort of was looking forward to that going somewhere. Because she was such an interesting character. She was such a, forceful warrior and really knew her military business, but socially she was just so awkward and so inept, because she was, trying so hard to be the son that her father always wanted and didn't get. And so socially she was really inept. It was kind of nice to begin to explore that side of her personality. So that would have been fun to see where that went, although years later I found out that the writers had planned to kill me off in the next season anyway. So.
Oh, wrong.